The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
Welcome all to another excellent edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble and lovable, squeezably soft host, David White, at the headquarters of Technical Trading and Investing. That is TFNN.com. I come behind the absolute flat black microphone of the TFNN network every trading day between 2 and 3, where you can catch me live, where I'm so much fresher. And you can just smell the freshness right across the airwaves, I think. But what do we have going on here today? A pretty much flat market, and I think it is what I've been talking about for a while, which is we're sitting in front of Janet Yellen's first Humphrey Hawkins testimony tomorrow, and everybody's kind of shaking their heads. Will she blink? Will she indicate that maybe we tapered too soon? Maybe we didn't taper enough? She's kind of a loose cannon at the moment, since no one knows what to expect and how she will react to being grilled by a bunch of empty suits on Capitol Hill. And I don't know either, and that's why I wrote in the newsletter today that we should look for inspiration in trading to Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid movie. I don't know if you remember that, but he's talking to Danielson. He says, Danielson, best way to avoid fight, not be there. And that's the best thing to do. I really don't know how the market will react. I think it will react. I think we'll see some volatility. If we're lucky, it goes higher, or at least the way I'm thinking, if we're lucky, it goes higher on lighter volume, and we get an opportunity to hop back in. But we then have on Wednesday the first round of options, Delta neutral. Some people call it Wally Wednesday, for the first guy that really talked about it a great deal in 1998, 1999, and that was Wallenchuk. He was around for a while. He was a big guy on the Market Timer Digest when that thing was something. I don't know if it's that much in the last couple of years. Seems to have lost favor. But it is interesting to see that whole expiration cycle has some meaning, and we'll talk about more about that in the future. Of course, flat on the S&P cash off, not even a whole point here at 1796. Is that right? Oh, hang on a second. I need to update that. I just noticed that my times were off here. We're up a quarter of a point. It's 1797.34. 2 billion shares on the New York Consolidated Stock Exchange as we start today. So volume has slowed down from last week. We are higher, pretty much in the throes of what should be fairly stiff resistance for anybody that bought at those highs and now is more than happy to get back out. How do you... Anyway, we wanted to get to some other stuff here right away. We like to start off the show every day with a little bit of history. Today in 1938, Fannie Mae is born as the National Mortgage Association of Washington. Later, the Federal National Mortgage Association, and is created as a subsidiary of the Reconstruction Finance Corporation. Its mission to buy and sell home mortgages insured by the Federal Housing Administration in order to create a liquid market for mortgage debt that will encourage lenders to continue making home loans until it becomes insane and almost blows up the entire world's economy. I added that part. But if you want to check out in history and financial history, the link on the bottom of this page on Tiger TV, Jason Zellwig's blog, always interesting to read. But we'll go through the rest of the news today. Friday night, I went out and ate dinner with a friend of mine. He is of Indian descent, and he goes around half the globe about 3 or 4 times a year to visit his parents. But he has he works for a big computer company that just went private. I won't say their name. But anyway, he pretty much can work anywhere in the world for what he does, and does do that. But he he gets to some other countries, but very interesting in his outlook since he just came back right after Christmas from India. Anyway, there is a big move to end the gold import restrictions in India, and one of the people running for office, their elections are going to be in March, is really pushing that they are going to totally get away from those import restrictions. Of course, just about everybody that has a dime in India buys gold. They like having gold and selling gold. But the import duties are absolutely huge. They're paying somewhere between 15 and 20% higher prices for gold, according to him. And everybody and their dog is trying to smuggle it in. His girlfriend came with him to meet his parents the last time. He's getting married. And interestingly enough, they berated her incessantly about the necklace she was wearing in because it was in gold, and they were trying to tax her on it. She says, well, I'll leave with it, and I came with it. So that was pretty much it. But been a lot of things in the news about people trying to smuggle gold in because of the high rates in India. My guess, or at least I'd be very interested to see just how much bigger the Indian gold market would be if these restrictions are done away with. Very interestingly, he says there's a very good chance that gentleman and that party will win. So you probably want to watch that. Bitcoin's demise looks like it has people running back to gold this morning. At least that's my take on it. Probably some other issues in there too. But Russia banned Bitcoins on Friday. The biggest exchange is down, and Bitcoin pretty much dropped in half in value just over the weekend from early Friday today. I haven't watched it lately, and we'll see how that plays out. But interestingly enough, maybe the end of Bitcoin probably was when Andy Heck called me and talked to me about his buddy wanting to get him into Bitcoin last week. Was probably the high watermark for Bitcoin and the end of it. Other things I saw around Tampa this weekend I thought was interesting. Bing cars driving around like the Google cars with the Street View cameras on them. I saw 4 or 5 of them, so they must swarm a city, come in, and then leave. But very interesting to see these around. I tried to take a picture of it. I didn't quite get it done with my smartphone, but I saw 3 or 4 of these around over the weekend. And I think maybe Google may be having some competition on that whole Street View deal. We talked about the jackass of the week, Tim Armstrong, the AOL CEO, and him putting his foot in his mouth. Basically, last night they came out and said they're restoring all of its policy of offering matching 401 contributions to employees without any catches or wrinkles. If an employee left midway through the year, that employee didn't get the contribution. And, of course, they also lost an entire year prorated out for any money that they could have invested. So it was basically a pay cut. Of course, this is the same guy that said because 2 ladies had problem pregnancies and birth, both of them costing about $1 million, everybody's insurance was going up. And at the same time, gave him himself much bigger a raise last year than would have covered these 2 people. So pretty much all the people at AOL were shaking their fist at him, albeit maybe in the bathroom stall. But none of these people at his company Really like him, and he's kind of a sometimes, well, I'll just say it. He's a Richard, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Netflix nuclear option buried in the paperwork in Netflix last report. Actually, it was a letter to investors during their earnings call. He basically is in this letter saying that he wants to go nuclear against anybody going and trying to be not net neutral, slowing down their speeds. And basically he's outlined a war of words, kind of like between the broadcast satellite people and the NFL, and so we've seen some other fights between local broadcast television stations and their local affiliates being broadcast on either cable or on satellite TV. But basically he's outlining that he will go nuclear on them and spend a great deal of money on it. This is making a lot of people think that they'll allow Netflix to slide while they go after and try to extort money out of new startups that would choose to maybe compete against Netflix, but why they're so small, maybe there won't be a big enough groundswell to do it. As more and more steam in Congress grows to pass a bill dictating that. Of course, after the news broke that Verizon speeds were vastly different between its business class and its consumer class at home, which are basically the exact systems, and there shouldn't be. Basically, Verizon is saying that maybe it is a pure argument or kind of trying to do some blame shifting, but probably more of catching Verizon's hands in the cookie jar may be what we have to do, constant and never-ending vigilance. Anyway, to make sure that these internet service providers don't try to cut the water from all the ranchers downstream. In this weekend, Switzerland narrowly backed a proposal to limit immigration. They're having a lot of social problems caused by basically open borders in all of Europe. They're getting packed full of people they do not like, particularly gypsies and other people from various walks of life that are really starting to hurt Switzerland's standard of living. And very interesting to see that would mean that actually the EU could throw them out. They don't care. They don't want more people coming into their country from some of the other southern states. We'll be back in a minute.
With over 3 decades of trading experience, Andy Hecht brings a tremendous amount of knowledge and expertise to each weekly issue of his newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report. The Technomental Commodity Report gives you Andy's unique technomental analysis of the commodities market, a combination of technicals and fundamental analysis which he has developed and perfected over his many years of trading. The Technomental Commodity Report is only $49 a month, and right now you can get a full month-long trial subscription while paying absolutely nothing. See for yourself the kind of weekly report Andy delivers to his subscribers every Thursday morning. You'll receive specific stock, ETF, and option trades based on Andy's analysis, so no futures account is required. For all the details and to start your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, visit TFNN.com today.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different futures contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now, you can receive a 2-week free trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And we're back. Somebody in the den correctly pointed out that they are not, at least the Swiss are not in the EU. Basically, they've negotiated everything but formally being in the EU. The reason why is they wanted to keep their Swiss francs. They didn't trust having a economy based on the ability for some to print money and to slosh it around willy-nilly. But I don't know if it's distinguishment without anything really below it. But I'd say that they're, 99% EU without being EU stamped. But for the most part, everybody is free to move around Europe, and this vote would change that. But mostly a lot of people are setting up and going after the Euro-Swiss, I wouldn't call it Euro-Swiss, call it the Euro-Western Socialist state, and putting kind of a drain on a lot of those, especially northern, northwestern European countries. But I just thought that was interesting, because we have our own arguments here at home about immigration. We are going to have a webinar tomorrow night, and that's going to be at 6:30. In it, we're going to be talking about something new in my newsletter, that is working with options to trade equities over expiration, mostly. And there's some interesting stuff. I mean, we'll get to it maybe by the end of the show, maybe tomorrow. I wanted to bring up a few things. One thing I did want to work out or talk about, at least by this segment, was statistics. And, of course, for people that are technical traders, we probably should know statistics a lot better as traders than most of us do. There is a great example here, and I wanted you to think about it for a while before we get into more charts in the second half of the hour. But this is out of a book called The Signal and the Noise by Nate Silver. A great example of why people are so pretty much statistically blind if they don't really think about it. 1% of 40-year-old women have breast cancer. Bayes' rule tells us how to factor in new information, such as breast cancer screening test results. Study of such tests reveal that 80% of women with breast cancer will get a positive from the mammogram, and that 9.6% of the women without breast cancer will also get a positive with a mammogram, and those are called false positives. What is the probability that a woman who gets a positive mammogram will in fact have breast cancer? Well, that sounds pretty good until you think about it. And the problem is that so few people or so few women are actually going to have breast cancer that you're going to have an answer swamped by false positive. The right answer is less than 8%. This is why when the doctor does these tests, he almost always, if you get a false positive on the first one, brings you back in, does a second test, and then they go and do even then another test, normally to get cells and tissue to actually sample. The problem is that there are so many people taking this test that even the few amount, or what most people think would be the few amount of false positives makes that if you do get a positive on the first round, more than likely you don't have breast cancer. And, of course, it scares a lot of people, especially the women taking that test, their families. But why most doctors will not tell you much because, frankly, again, most people are very statistically ignoring probably all the statistics they took either in high school or college that they try to forget as soon as they take them because kind of like physics, a lot of times it just makes your head hurt. So well, think about that. And just going to go back here and look, see if we have anything else moving in the last little bit. But again, you can go to the front page of TFNN, check out my webinar on using options to trade ETFs and equities. It's going to be tomorrow night. You can get 30 days free. We won't charge your credit card. You will also get a special price. In 3 years, we haven't offered a special price on the newsletter itself, and it will be 35% off, 36, 34, 35, 36. It's in there. We will be back in a moment. Give me a call, 877-927-6648.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And as we are back, we're going to have a few IPOs this week. Also, another indication that maybe they're going to try to hold this market up at least maybe into Wednesday and Thursday. If you are bearish, maybe the best thing to do is wait until you see the whites of their eyes. Most of these are pharmaceutical or biotech style stocks. But probably the one that interests me the most is Boulevard Acquisition. This is a blank check company. If you don't know what a blank check company is, basically they're going public. They're not going to tell you what their business plan is, how much money they're going to make, or how they're going to use the money. A lot of trust there. But these blank check companies are a real thing, and actually the SEC calls them that, blank check companies. It's interesting to see that. Installed Building Products is kind of interesting. It's an installation company for housing, and I don't know. I have to look at that a little bit more. The rest of them, almost all of them, look to me like they're going to need long incubation periods before anything meaningful happens on them. So nothing really exciting that I think is going to bounce out hugely this week. Anyway, let's go and start looking at some charts. The big movers out here today, AMAP, and that's Auto Navi Holdings, AMAP, AMAP. This thing took off fairly I'm not going to even say, I mean, that's a huge move out here. 17.5 to 21.20. And let's see if we have it in here in my list. I don't. Let's get the headlines for it here and just read them anyway. Going private proposal from Alibaba Group. So basically they are the close to Google Street View, Google Maps, and Bing Maps, that kind of stuff for China. And AutoNavi Holdings Limited has skyrocketed, but always interesting. TSLA bounced fairly significantly today. Watch the volume out here today. Looks pretty good so far. The reason Tesla bounced was the Chinese coming back from their basically New Year's vacations have at least their equivalent of their Congress. Hard to tell how things actually work over there in China. But coming back from their vacation, one of the first things they did was say that they would continue to push these subsidies for electrical cars. If you've seen any picture of downtown China cities, they're basically one huge smog bank, and they're more than willing to throw some money at this. The problem is that if you have enough money to buy a car in China, you probably have enough money to hire a driver to drive around since there's no parking spots. And if you have all that money, you probably want a big back seat that a Tesla does not have. They've actually written about that in their business reports, and although they've been downplaying it, certainly looks like the street is upplaying the ability for them to sell into the China market. I think probably if their electrical system is spotty, it's certainly everything else is. I would look at this more like Apple, in that Apple said that they were going to sell all these units into China, and it's going to take a lot longer to work that all out, especially in China, where you don't have a lot of problems, but I don't know, it just seems to me a little overblown. But most likely that we're seeing this kind of volume because of short interest in these stocks. A lot of people started shorting this thing when it went down to 116. My guess is that you could see this thing move up a little higher and look for some kind of blow-off top in this where the shorts quit shorting. That's probably going to be the all-time high on this stock if I were a betting man. I guess I am somewhat. Again, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. You can also email me at path@tfnn.com. On that, you can ask me a question. I'll try to get it before the end of the show as we have time. Of course, callers always come first here at TFNN. But another one I'm looking at here is Bree Properties. This thing went sideways for a while. Huge move to the upside, pulled back in to the trading range below that $55, $54 level for just a few days, and then popped back up from the December 20th low. Been pretty much doing nothing but going higher on no volume over these last 2 weeks. And I'm going to be watching this and a lot of the other business and property REITs. There could be a giant sucking sound in this sector based on the REITs that have a lot of mall exposure. Selling one thing means you have to sell another, and we could see a massive move that we've already seen in some of these other ones follow in companies like Bree, so keep an eye on that. Icon PLC, and this is another one that's not hugely lighter volume, but has been lighter volume. When we look at the last major high on October 24th, we're looking at 870,000 shares, and we've gone the last 2 days with 500,000, 510,000, and about half that day, about 250,000 so far today. Provides outsourced development services to pharmaceutical, biotechs, and medical device makers. And of course, we all know just what kind of rocket that all those biotechs and pharma stocks have been on lately. New Link Genetics Corporation, NLNK. I've been watching this one as a possibility of this thing breaking with higher volume, and it certainly hasn't closed below it, so we haven't gotten a signal on it. New Link Genetics Corporation, NLNK. We watched this, 500,000 shares against its last high out here at 1.4 million shares. Looks like it will come in light. But like I said, in sideways markets, you may need to give these things just a little extra move out here. Let's see what else we have. Okay, Plains Pipelines, North American Palladium. I know Andy's normally around. Kind of interesting to see the volume we have, though, in Palladium, in at least this North American Palladium, PAL. 2.7 million shares at the last high at 37 cents. We have broken that. We have done it with twice the volume out here, but energy is not stopped on the way down. And I'd be interested to maybe we'll bring this up before the show tomorrow and see what Andy has to think about Palladium, or at least some of these stocks around Palladium. Pulte Group, another one in this housing sector, higher volume at the last high, was not able to hold it. So kind of interesting in this whole housing sector, whether or not higher interest rates will kill off the big housing recovery. December 31st, $20.49, 6.2 million shares. Got into it on the 30th with 14 million shares. Things kind of been trading sideways for a while, but something I want to keep an eye on every day. Children's Place retail stores. I think we've got a brand new one here around in one of the malls. I think I saw it a couple weekends ago when I was out malling. Another one that not giving me a real clear idea of whether we've got a low in or not. Certainly in a trading range from about the $50 mark to this $58 mark. I'm watching to see if actual volume comes in this retail group, which all of them have been doing rather poorly. Some others that are breaking out of some higher ranges is Polycom, PLCM. This thing's been bouncing all over this mid to upper $11 range for a while. And, of course, we've had upwards of 8 million shares or even 2.5 million shares. So we want to be able to see what we've got in there. So 6 million shares, 1.5. Last 3 days, 3.3 million, 3.6 million, and 500,000 so far. So we want to be watching some of these that are breaking out. Let's go to 2 years on this thing and take a quick look and see. I mean, you can see this, that if it does break out, probably could really run. But I'm not too convinced right now that we do have that. I do like the energy is kind of pulled back on this last leg down to $9.36. But interesting nonetheless. Again, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648 or email me at path@tfnn.com, and I'll try to answer one of your questions. Can you discuss the chart of Netflix and ISRG? So, yes, we do have something. We'll get to that in just a second. Let me do a couple more of these. Where's my little thing? I'm looking for something to run here, so give me just 1 second because we have to do this. Since I spent all of 5 minutes making this, I feel like I actually have to use it. So let me see if I can find it here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now I'm ready to actually read my mail.
You've got mail.
You've got mail, baby, yeah.
I got mail. Yay! I got mail. Yay!
I should have had that queued up. But anyway, the question from Wayne is talking about whether or not Netflix and ISRG. Well, we'll go to Netflix real quick in FLX. And, like I said, a lot of these things are breaking out with little or no volume. You wanted to have 25 million shares. On Friday, you got 4.7 million shares on Netflix. and you've got 1.5 million out here. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit out here, Wayne, and certainly one of these, but just hold your breath and wait for the whites of their eyes. I think you've got a few days where we're going to be able to watch for this. And it is a 3-gap play out there, so there are a lot of reasons to jump on this. Unfortunately, I think it's so plain everybody else did. And again, what you want to do is notice when everybody else quits shorting it. And when the shorts pretty much quit is probably the time when the thing sets a high and it starts falling down. Without the natural short covering below it, probably it will crater. But I think you just need to give it a few more days, see how this thing trades above these higher levels in the breakout that really, truly didn't have a lot of volume these last 7, 8 trading days. The other stock was ISRG. I think this may be one of the hardest stocks in all of the NASDAQ to trade. It's all headline-driven, headline risk. Charts do work on it, but there's so many times that you get these nice moves in the stock. Certainly coming back up to this level, I would be looking at 440 or 450 in that range, and if the volume remains light, I think you've got a nice setup for a larger trading range, which is probably 450 to 350. You did have a good test of the previous low, which would make me think that I would like some of these other stocks like Netflix, some of the other ones we covered better, and that this does not need to go back down to 351 to test its lows. So we'll be looking at that. But certainly a lot of volume in this, not a lot of volume in the test of the low. And when you test something by 25%, probably a good indication you're going to bounce and bounce strong. And Intuitive Surgical did it. Not a lot of volume here, though, 300-some-odd-thousand shares so far today. Again, you can email me at path@tfnn.com or put a note in the den, or you can call us at 877-927-6648. PMC Sierra. PMCS, a little bounce out of here. I think that there were a few mergers out here in this space this morning. Not a lot of volume out here. And again, you want to get into about $7.14 and see higher volume. It doesn't look like we're going to get that. This may be the third attempt in the $7 range over the next couple of days. So another one that I am keeping a close eye on. Oh. We've got a caller, John, in Massachusetts. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thanks. Hey, I just had a question on, I trade the triples, and I'm just looking at the financial sector. I wanted to get your thoughts on, in your opinion, on the financials. And I'm looking at, the FAZ in particular. I want to get your thoughts on it.
Well, it certainly broke out. It did so on no volume comparatively. You had 4.3 million shares on July 23rd. You wanted to go through that $78 level with 4.3 million shares. And if I remember right, looking through here, we're going to break here early, I guess. We'll be back in just a minute. We'll continue with John from Massachusetts. We'll be looking at FAS and FAZ.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to the Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
And we're back talking to John, I hope still on the line, about FAS and FAS and FAS and FAZ, the directional financial bull market shares. Anyway, we're looking at FAS right now. This thing came back down, came back on heavy volume of 8 million shares, blew back through the last previous highs and through all of that with a volume. And what are you thinking? You want to short this?
I think I do, yeah.
Okay.
And
I would look.
Want to get your take on it.
Yeah, I mean, basically you want two things, I think. One, you want it to do a nice little retracement, and just this last retracement out here. Hang on just a second. Let me. Yeah, I'm going to say you're probably looking at probably 80, 82, 82.50, something like that. My guess is you're going to want to short this the next time it either dips under the 3x3 displaced moving average, or if you use the 9-day moving average. Both of those are probably the next time you want to pull the trigger on it. But yeah, I could see what? Yeah, 80. Yeah, you know, you go to the top of that bar on the 24th, and you've got what, 86.50. I mean, you could get into that fairly easily, maybe even into that gap between those 2 days up to 88. I'd wait for it to close back below that and then pull the trigger.
Okay. Overall, what do you feel the financial sector is like right now?
I think it is anticipating higher rates and less stimulus and free money from the Fed. And that's pretty much it. They've had the gravy train, and at least part of that's going to be pulled away. I think you see that in the housing sectors where they really not, they're pretty much anticipating or looking like they're anticipating a pullback of business. How hard it hurts the stocks now, maybe not as important as the fact that they are going down. And I think that gives us a good indication on that. But anything that is interest rate dependent, I think that the lowest rates are probably in, and we're probably going to be looking for higher. But I think we're going to get that answer tomorrow. So I don't think I'm going to be right or wrong very long. Basically, we got a Fed now with three new voters. One, we pretty much know why she was picked. She's the most dovish. But two of the doves left, and we've got two of the hawks. So if it is on balance any stronger, this new Fed is going to be much more hawkish. And I think that means a lot less free money floating around, sloshing around all over the marketplaces. And it would be hard for me to see that she'll, especially Fisher and some of the other guy, I'm trying to remember his name at the moment. They're no shrinking violets. I don't think she's going to be able to push them into a position. I think that Bernanke kept them in, which was down for a while. I think they see $6 tomatoes in a pound in Brazil, and the riots about ready to go on down there, and know that our money sloshing around has caused a big issue. So, I mean, it's not just here in the United States. So I think that they have seen that and heard enough from international people saying, hey, your money's sloshing around down here causing big problems for us. Our tomatoes went from $1 to $6.50, saying that's causing problems. So I think the easy money is going to continue to be tapered. It may be a little patchy here and there, but I'm thinking good shorts up here under the 9-day or 3-day moving average. We'll see you tomorrow, same bat channel, same bat time. Thanks, John, for the call.
Thank you, David, for this. Bye.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
You're watching Tiger TV.